Hello, welcome to this video which will guide you through the minimum what you need to do in order to get the basic functionality of your Helios IP. So this time I assume that you already have your Helios IP intercom installed at your door, you know its IP address, and you even have the electrical lock connected. So let's have a look how we do quick configure it. Type in the IP address of your intercom. We here have it on a default address. Log in using the standard login information admin 2N, and we see the welcome screen. What do we see here? We know we are looking on a 2N Helios IP Force model with 4 buttons. So in order to be able to use it in our network, we have to check the network settings. You can change static IP address with following options and also turn on or off the DHCP client. Alright, let's say we are happy with this. Further, let's have a look on the SIP settings. If you want to use it only for peer-to-peer calling, then the only field we want to change here is the name of the unit. Entry 01 doesn't say much about it, so let's name it front door. On the other hand, if you want to use a SIP proxy, then this screen is very important for you. You have to set the user ID, that was basically the extension number, whether you want to authenticate yourself against the SIP proxy, and most important, the address of the SIP proxy. You have to allow the SIP registration or even set the register address. If you're not sure, just type in the same IP address as the SIP proxy. We are not using any SIP proxy here, so I will just leave it as it is. Make sure you always save the changes. Alright, let's have a look on the basic settings on a phone book. As I said, we are having a 4-button intercom, so we can use, it makes sense to use these 4 positions. Each position has to be enabled so that we are able to use it. We can assign a name to it. It's basically just for our convenience so that we know which position is calling who. So let's say this position is gonna call a marketing department. Number, that's the number which is called from the intercom. If we are using a SIP proxy, then we just type in some extension number, for example 600 or whatever you have configured. We here don't have any SIP proxy, then it means we are calling a peer-to-peer directly from the IP intercom to the computer. That means I'll type SIP as the name of the protocol, X, as there is no user defined, at the IP address of my computer. Let's say we have it 192.168.150. To make totally sure, I can add the port number. That's optional. Alternatively, I could, in this field, use also a name of my computer in case we are using a DNS server. If not, just let the IP address be there. If you want to use the Helios IPI application, make sure to type in the station name. For more information about the Helios IPI, see our video tutorial only for HIPAI. Okay, that's pretty much everything we need to set here. If you want to have multiple numbers for particular user, you can type them here. These numbers are called consequently. That means if the user doesn't pick up on a number 1, the Helios IP tries to reach him on a second number. I will leave it as it is. This is the most simple option you can have. I'll just save the changes. And at this moment, I am already able to use the first button to reach the marketing department. In the same way, I would configure the second, third, and fourth number. That's pretty much the same thing. We also have an electric lock attached, so we have to configure it. What we see here, the switch has to be enabled as it is in default. Here you can choose for how long the lock will be open after you type in the PIN number to open the door. If you're using a normal output, normal electrical lock, then this is it, what you need to set. If you're using a security relay, make sure to select security. Let's say we're using a normal output relay. The default code for opening of the door is 00. It's not really secure to keep it as it is, so let's say I'll change it to 24. I'll save the changes. So right now, if someone calls me on my computer, I can talk to him, and after I press 24, I open a door. A very common thing is, if it doesn't work, you might have to confirm the 24 with the star sign. If you don't like this, you can change the confirmation in miscellaneous legacy switch code. Basically, right now you are able to use the basic functionalities of Helios IP. For more information, either check for other tutorials for configuring of Helios IP, or your best bet is to visit our website, which is www.2n.cz. Choose your product, which is Force here in our case, and in the download section you always find the latest configuration manual, which describes all aspects of configuring of this device in the latest firmware version. That's it. Thank you for watching.